Hi everyone, Donut here. Are you ready for a Leo recap? A pretty nutty Leo recap? First off, big shout out to Black Rifle Coffee Company. They sent me a really big care package today. Lots of coffee, lots of shirts, lots of cool stuff. Use the code DONUT for 10% off. First order of business today. Frank's car, Francis of the Filth. In my last video, which made everyone very, very angry, I talked about wanting to purchase Joji, Filthy Frank, Pink Guy's car. I said I didn't know where it was. Well, it turns out it's still at the airstrip. I think it's just in a different spot. I was contacted by the person who's in charge of the car who told me they talked to George and George does not want to sell it yet. So I'm checking right now if I can at least restore it and then get it back to him, because that would just make really good content on the second channel. Or will I put it on the first channel? Who knows? Some people got really mad I put that video on the main channel. Leo recap. You'll never guess where our first crazy story took place. Florida woman named Lovely Butts accused of pouring bleach on child's face. Then suspect threatened to hit her with a gun. A Florida woman named Lovely Butts threw bleach on a child and threatened to hit her with a gun during an argument Monday night. Butts called them about 8 p.m. They arrived on the scene to find the victim outside the home, covered in bleach. The victim said at some point during the incident she was locked outside of the house, and when she tried to go back inside, Butts had a gun in her hand and threatened to pistol whip the girl. That's not a lovely butt. That's a very cruel and tragic butt. You guys remember this douche right here? His name is Sir Major, and I made a video about him probably 2 years ago where he got arrested for impersonating a police officer on the subway. He's a creator of a local Black Lives Matter group in Atlanta. Keeps getting arrested for a bunch of stupid shit. Well, he's back at it again. Atlanta activist spends $200,000 in Black Lives Matter donations on house and personal expenses. Sir Major Page was accused Friday of misappropriating $200,000 in donations he solicited through Facebook on behalf of Black Lives Matter of Greater Atlanta. The FBI in Toledo said Page pledged to use those donations for George Floyd, but instead used the money to make purchases related to food, dining, entertainment, clothing, furniture, a home security system, tailored suits, and accessories. Why is it always the people who say they're black but look whiter than me that steal people's money and say it's going to be used for a good cause? I feel like there's someone else that does that too. Perhaps the world will never know. One of life's greatest mysteries. Next up, we have kind of a bittersweet story. Bitter because 2 officers from Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department were ambushed and shot multiple times in the face, but sweet because Mark Cuban decided to give each of them $50,000. As part of his Fallen Patriot Fund, Mark Cuban has donated $50,000 to each of the 2 Compton, California deputies ambushed by a lone shooter September 13th. As for the 2 officers, the latest update I can find on them from the LA County Sheriff's Twitter from September 21st, it says our deputies from the Compton ambush have been discharged from the hospital and are resting. If anybody can get their information to me, I would love to get a care package out to both of them. You guys ever try to resurrect your grandmother? Because this guy did. Knox County man faces charges after trying to resurrect his grandmother. A Knox County man is in jail after causing nearly $30,000 in damages to a cemetery in an attempt to resurrect his grandmother. Danny Frazier admitted to destroying some of the property in an attempt to resurrect his grandmother, who is buried at the cemetery. At first I was thinking, like, how's breaking other people's tombstones going to raise his grandmother? But then I remembered if I went to my grandmother's cemetery and started breaking tombstones, she would probably pop out of her grave, find the biggest wooden spoon she could, and slap me across the face with it. Not a bad plan, Danny. Up next, the grossest story of our recap. Coming straight out of Vietnam, police bust a used condom factory. Authorities in Vietnam uncovered a vast number of used condoms being recycled and stocked for sale following a raid on an apartment on Saturday. According to local market monitors, nearly 324,000 used condoms equivalent to 360 kilos were recycled at the facility and would be sold on the market later. 324,000 used ones. Where did they get those from? 360 kilos worth of used rubbers. What's that in Americans? That is 793,000 pounds of used condoms. After reading the names of where the facility was located, I looked it up, and this seems like a legit news website. But here's the names of where it is. Ho Nut Quarter in the Bin Dong province. Come on. Pham Thai Tan Ngoc, owner of the facility who comes from Ninh province, admitted that she had received a monthly input of used condoms from an unknown person. So Mrs. Pham Thai Tan took 700,000 pounds of used condoms from an unknown person. The used condoms then underwent a process including washing, drying, and reshaping with the dildo in unhygienic conditions before being put up for sale. Yeah, they used to tell stories in the military about sailors coming back to the ship and their wieners turning black because they didn't use a rubber. But now it looks like if you go overseas, it's the rubber's turning your wiener black and causing it to fall off, not the lady boys. Although I know the facility's slogan was "Thank you, come again." What do you think the name was? Oh, hold on, where's my phone?
Hello, my friend.
Hey, buddy, what you doing?
Getting ready for stream. What are you doing?
I'm not Asian, and so I can't say this in an Asian voice. I think YouTube will get me, like, kick me off the platform. Can you say something for me in your Asian voice?
Yep, let's hear it.
Okay. Welcome to Cum Cum's Used Rubber Emporium.
Welcome to ComCom Used Rubber Emporium.
Go watch Eli's stream tonight. Eli double tap. Remember the video the other night where the two officers fired 21 shots and it took 21 shots to take that dude down? But first, the officer's gun jammed twice, and I was like, well, there's no telling what kind of crappy ammo they're giving police officers in Chicago. Because from what I hear, they don't care too much for their police officers. Check this article out I found the other day. Some Chicago officers still use typewriters for paperwork. Guy that fixes typewriters in Chicago says he has a contract with the department to repair 40 to 50 IBM typewriters a year. That's so crazy, especially when like a Chromebook costs, what, 50 bucks now? Chicago! Oh, we haven't looked at it in a while. HeyJackass.com. You guys ever see that website? Year to date, there have been 3,357 people in Chicago shot in 2020. I bet the police make up 3/4 of that, right? What's this say? In 2020, Chicago police have shot 8 people. Oh, the police are the problem. I just want to give a big shout out to our firefighter brethren who are on the West America fighting all the brutal fires over there. I found a really metal video. I didn't know that firefighters use flamethrowers to fight fire. Did you guys think firefighters had flamethrowers? Because that's the last person I would think would have a flamethrower. They do, though. Hell yeah, brother. Fire's coming. What are we going to do? Let's shoot it with fire. The Calgary Police Service posted recently on Facebook composite sketch of sexual assault suspect. We're asking the public for their help in identifying an unknown man believed to be responsible for a sexual assault. Blockhead, squarehead ass. Came across a post on Protect and Serve recently with some interesting comments. Can you all imagine working for a PD like Raccoon City PD from Resident Evil 2? I wonder if there are even any departments with that amount of gothic architecture. Well, I mean, first off, you'd be dead, or a zombie, or a mutation, because you're not Chris Redfield or Jill Valentine. Comments. It's called Portland. How about RPD approved outer vest carriers in 1998? Would love to be on the stars right now, up until you were targeted by Nemesis. Hey Chief, can I go to the bathroom? Yeah, just put the book on the unicorn statue and a tunnel will open for it. There's another post I found interesting on Protect and Serve, which shows exactly why you don't go reaching your hand into bags when you're a police officer. What is inside the purse of these crackheads when you ask them, hey, do you have anything that's gonna poke me, prod me, stick me, cut me, blow me up, hand grenades, rocket launchers, anything like that? You always say that to lighten up the mood. And they go, no, there's nothing in my purse. This is what their purse looks like. Uncovered needles galore. Erie, Pennsylvania, police officer saw a person driving around drunk, driving in the wrong lanes of traffic. They went to pull him over. They didn't really want to stop, so police boxed him in. Would you believe me if I told you a Kia drove over a police car?
He just rammed my car.
You can help support the channel by subscribing right down there, getting some of my merch at Bunker Branding. The Hawaiian donut shirt just came out. Or head on over to twitch.tv/donutoperator where I'm going to be as soon as this video is released, and subscribe to me for free using your Amazon Prime account. Until next time, everybody please have a fantastic day.
Whack.